we didn't post a learning last week because on Friday, we were busy with helping a team to come up with their backlog for coaching. And this backlog for coaching is what leads to the coaching plan in team coaching as much as it does in individual coaching. So in individual coaching, we ask the person that we are coaching what it is that they want to grow, what they want to become better at. What's their vision for leadership, or for being a great coach, and how would they know that they're going to get there? We do the same thing in team coaching to come up with a coaching plan. So we do a little bit more facilitation at the start of a team coaching engagement in order to pull that out. So there is an agenda, for the session in which we come up with a coaching backlog, even though we may already start bringing observations and revealing the system to itself in the process of coming up with a backlog. But it's really important that the team themselves come up with, what it is that they want to improve on, where it is that they want to go, what the end result is of coaching for them. It's not ours, so we can bring our observations in terms of how they are. So if we notice that there's a complete blind spot, we can do a bystand on it in structural dynamics terms and see how it lands for them, whether they want to do something with it. But ultimately, it's their agenda, like it is in individual coaching as well. What is very interesting, more so with teams than with individuals, is that the process of coming up with the backlog very often already leads to change, so that's the nature of a complex problem. By examining a complex problem, by looking at it and trying to figure out what the real problem is and what the aspects of the problem is, it already changes. So for instance, last week when we were working with this team, they brought in a specific reason why they wanted to have the session and why they thought coaching might be useful for them. And in the process of the session, it already, by just unpacking what exactly they consider to be part of the problem, or what the definition of the problem is, things already started changing. So that really speaks to us being aware constantly and watching the movement in team coaching conversations, watching the movement of what happens in the conversation, what gets seen in the conversation, because what we start out with when we start an engagement and what we end up with, even just after 1 or 2 hours of working with them, already will shift if we keep on bringing attention to it, if we don't take anything for granted or make any assumptions, and there is already growth. So even in those first stages, even though you may think that you may be facilitating, there is already an opportunity through your presence and through your observations and, bringing bystands and just reading what's going on in the room. There is already opportunity for change, and generally people walk out slightly different, and definitely with a slightly different understanding of the problem that they brought into the room. Okay, so don't let those opportunities slip by you.